What is going on, Genius family? Welcome to the Dapp Central YouTube channel. My name is Fareed, and today we're going to be breaking down the initial DEXs in which you'll be able to trade the GENSX token, which recently just completed its public token sale. Now, that is not all. I do want to also talk about staking and a brand new article that was just released by this team regarding all the details, as well as some new utility for the GENSX ISPO NFTs. Now, if it's your first time hearing about GENSX, they just had their public token sale. I had the pleasure of speaking with Jason from their team surrounding everything that you need to know about this particular project. So if you guys want to find out more about GENSX, what they're building and how they're launching it, given the fact that they are going to be multi-chain, then make sure to check out that video. But in a nutshell, this is going to be an accelerator program as well as a token launchpad. As a part of the accelerator program, what they're going to be doing is working with platforms or projects in and outside of Cardano to give them all the resources that they need in order to be successful. As a part of the launchpad, what they'll be doing is providing a platform for token sales, and in return, they'll be rewarded with a portion of the tokens from the platforms that they host on their launchpad itself. Now, what I want to break down is not only the fact that this particular public token sale was extremely well received within Cardano as well as Arbitrum, but I also want to break down in today's video the staking program, which will allow for you to earn gens passively, as well as when we can expect these tokens to initially hit the marketplaces or decentralized exchanges. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into the very first article here. And there's just going to be so much detail that I want to break down. So we're going to take our time, but I do want to make sure that this is clear. And if you have any questions throughout this video, then please go ahead and make sure to leave a comment down below. If you guys enjoy content like this, also consider hitting that like button. I really do appreciate it, and it does go a long way. So it states here that for those of you who are in the community that are familiar with the previous staking system, the following elements will remain the same. So there's going to be three things that have not changed. So stakers will still have access to the following. Number one, the percentage, or I think it's about 20% of the transaction fees on the launch pad. Number two, a share of the tokens earned by the accelerator program. And keep in mind that the accelerator program itself will never take or never receive more than 5% of the total allocation or the total value of a particular project that they're assisting on the launch pad. So those are the first two bits of utility. Number one, transaction fees going back to stakers. And then number two, a share of the tokens that they actually launch on their launch pad, also going back over to their community. Number three is going to be surrounding their ISPO NFT. Now, the actual GENSX ISPO took place about a year ago now, and that lasted for anywhere between 4 to 5 months. As a part of that ISPO, depending on how long you staked within the ISPO, you were eligible to receive 3 separate NFTs, which we're going to dive into a little bit more. So let me quickly jump over to this other page that I've got pulled up here. And if I zoom in just a little bit, there's going to be 3 different NFTs. The first is going to be the Titan, the second is going to be the Comet, and the third is going to be the Vesta. As you can see, the criteria includes the following. In order to earn the Titan, you had to stake for at least 21 epochs with a minimum of 500 ADA. For the Comet, you had to stake for at least 14 epochs, again with a minimum of 500 ADA. And then the Vesta, you had to stake for a minimum of 7 epochs, again with a minimum of 500 ADA. Now the Titan will give you a 10% weighting booster, on the accelerator reward distribution pools. Again, that's one of the methods here in terms of how this particular token or how this particular project is rewarding their community. The Comet will provide you a 6% weighting booster, and the Vesta will provide you with a 3% weighting booster. Now that covers everything that is going to be the same. Next, let's break down what is going to be new and what we can expect here in terms of rewards and passive income. So it states here that while we do predict that these rewards will be substantial in the future, we are aware that during the bear market that these numbers will need some adjustment. Consequently, GENSX stakers will now also earn the GENSX token as well. So not only will you be able to get the features that we just discussed above, but you're also now going to be able to earn the GENSX token passively by staking your existing gens. As I mentioned, we're going to break down when the actual distribution will occur in just a moment. So it states here, we are also adding a brand new utility to the GENSX ISPO NFTs, and they'll now be giving a bonus APY to stakers with more information down below. So this team appears to really be diving in deep when it comes to providing utility back over to their holders. And again, I believe they're one of the unique Launchpad platforms with a tokenized model. Normally with Launchpads, you just have the Launchpad earning fees or earning revenue directly from those projects, but they don't necessarily ever have a native token, nor do they redistribute their fees back over to their community. So again, two key aspects that are a little bit different here with the GENSX platform. Now, scrolling down a little bit, it says here, Launchpad fees and accelerator tokens will be awarded at a later date. It's also important to note that the staking platform will not support the staking of vested ISPO rewards or tokens purchased in the IDO that are currently vesting. If you aren't aware, whenever you purchased the GENSX tokens on the Launchpads, 20% of the total amount will be made available on July 3rd. We're going to break that down in just a second. Now, the remaining 80% will be vesting linearly over the course of 12 months. Again, this is to make sure that the tokens are not immediately dumped on the market, therefore driving the price lower. And so they're going to be vesting 80% linearly over 12 months with an initial 20% being given out to the community right away. So scrolling down into some of the staking program details, on Cardano, users will be able to stake their GENSX by going to the staking Dapp, which can be found here. So I'm going to quickly open up that particular link, and this will redirect us back over to the Genius Yield app, where we can now stake numerous tokens, which I believe will also include the GENSX token. So from here, we can quickly connect our wallet. Now, keep in mind that you can only open up a vault right now. Yield farming is not yet available for the DEX. But once you do that, right now we have the ability to stake NMKR, the NewNet token, the Empower token, and the GENS token. So what they're going to do is quickly add the GENSX token as a token that we can also stake directly here from the Genius Yield staking portal. Now, if I just use the GENS token for the DEX as an example, what we have here is the amount of tokens that we want to stake, any NFT boosters that we may want to add, which in this case will be the 3 NFTs that I just mentioned before, which include the Titan, Vesta, and Comet. And then we can see the actual rewards that we're going to be earning and the total APY included in the vault. Similarly, we will have 3 different time frames, which I'm going to break down in terms of the length of the vault. But again, in a brief nutshell, that's how you're going to be able to stake your GENSX tokens, very similarly to all the other tokens that are currently supported for staking on the Genius Yield DEX. So I'm going to close that out. And so that's going to be staking for Cardano. Now, if you're staking on Arbitrum, which the sale did occur on Arbitrum as well through the Red Kite Pad, as well as the Arbipad platforms and the native GENSX Launchpad on Arbitrum, then you can go ahead and actually stake using the link here. So if you purchase from any of those additional places on Arbitrum, you can head over to this link that I'll leave down below. And if I scroll down a little bit, we've got some information surrounding the token sale up here. And then we've got the actual token staking taking place directly in the GENSX Launchpad. So staking will be slightly different depending on which ecosystem you're participating in. Now, what will be interesting is if we actually begin to get the same exact staking feature directly on Cardano, where we can stake our GENSX tokens on the Launchpad itself without having to utilize the Genius Yield staking protocol. So that's going to wrap it up there for where you can actually stake your tokens. If I scroll down a little bit, we're going to get more details surrounding the timelines. So we can have 3 different options when it comes to locking up your tokens. The first is going to be a 6-month staking vault, which will provide you a 5% APY rewarded in GENSX. The second will be a 9-month staking vault, earning you 7% APY, again rewarded in GENSX. And then the third option will be a 12-month staking vault, earning you 11% APY, again rewarded in GENSX. Now, please keep in mind that once you create a staking vault, they cannot be changed, nor can they be claimed early? So if you create that vault, double check that you have everything that you actually want to stake. And if you have any ISPO boosters that you want to attach to that, make sure that you do that on the very first run, because you cannot edit that vault. You can't claim it early. All you can do is create an additional vault in order to add more stake to the protocol. So that is going to be it there when it comes to the general staking. But now let's talk a little bit about staking on Cardano and the ISPO NFTs, which now have a little bit of new utility. And then we're going to jump into some of the DEXs, which will be supporting this token. So staking on Cardano will be slightly different. Originally, the ISPO NFTs gave a bonus in tokens rewarded from the accelerator program, which was one of the 3 initial ways of getting revenue from this platform. But now they'll also give a bonus APY to those who stake with a GENSX ISPO NFT. So we did see a similar feature with the Genius Yield tokens, again, which I just showed you guys there as a part of that demo run on the Genius Yield staking Dapp. So not only can you stake your regular tokens, you can now add an NFT at the same exact time in order to boost your earnings. So the Vesta will provide an additional 3% APY boost. The Comet will provide a 6% APY boost. The Titan will provide a 10% APY boost. And then the Galaxy will provide a 10% APY boost on top or in collaboration with any of the 3 NFTs stated prior. So if you hold a Galaxy and a Titan, you could potentially earn an additional 20% APY on top of the initial earnings from the vault, right? So I think the maximum you could have in terms of APY would be if you were to create a 12-month staking vault where you earn 11%. And then on top of that, add a Galaxy for an additional 10%, and then a Titan as well for an additional 10%, making that a total of 31% APY. Again, this is a really, really lucrative opportunity here if you're looking to hold the GENS token or the GENSX token for the long term. Again, so it states that these amounts are going to be on top of the base staking amounts, which I just mentioned just a second ago. So for example, if a user creates a 12-month vault using a Galaxy and a Titan, they would have a 31% APY. And that's exactly the example that I just gave there. So really huge opportunity for you to earn when it comes to GENSX, and make sure to go ahead and check out those NFTs on the secondary marketplace, which I'm actually going to do here in just a second. So in terms of lock staking options, they will be available for at least 2 months. Now, after the Genius Yield DEX is launched, they will consider a flex staking option. So this will allow for you to stake and unstake as quickly as you want without a lockup period. But right now, if you want to go ahead and take advantage of these deals, you can go ahead and lock them up, again, using a 6-month, 9-month, or 12-month vault, in addition with your Galaxy, Titan, Comet, or Vesta NFTs. Now you could imagine jumping over to jpeg.store that as soon as this particular announcement came out surrounding the staking, we did see a huge floor sweep when it comes to the Titan NFTs. And so right now they are trading at a floor price of about 160 ADA. And if we take a look at the recent activity here, you can see that they were at one point trading for a 25 ADA floor price, and that has now almost 4 or 5x'd. So again, go ahead and check out these NFTs on the secondary marketplaces using a platform like like jpeg.store. So that is going to be it there for the initial update, which was surrounding the new utility and staking, as well as vesting for Cardano and Arbitrum. In closing of today's video, I want to break down some of the listing details as well as how you can claim your tokens here, not only within Cardano, but as well as on Arbitrum. So it states here that the listings will take place simultaneously on both Cardano and Arbitrum on July 3rd at 1300 UTC. And on Cardano, we can expect to see the GENSX token listed on MinSwap, and then on the ERC compatible networks, you can pick up that token using Uniswap. So MinSwap is the largest DEX right now on Cardano. And Uniswap is, I believe, one of the first, if not the largest DEXs as well in the ERC compatible community. So a lot of major players showing support as well for hosting liquidity pools for the GENSX token. Now they do list both of the contact addresses or the policy IDs, again, for Arbitrum as well as Cardano. Always make sure to go ahead and double check these before you begin trading on any pools or providing liquidity, because scammers do try to take advantage of opportunities like this in order to create similar tokens, given the fact that we operate in a completely decentralized and trustless environment. So double check the policy ID if you're trading on Cardano, and double check the contract address if you're trading on Arbitrum. Now, when it comes to claiming your tokens, especially on Cardano, the team will be performing an airdrop taking place 15 minutes after the initial listing on the DEX again on July 3rd. So no need to take any action. You should receive that initial 20% of the total purchase that you made for the public token sale airdropped into your Cardano wallet if you purchased it on Cardano. And then if you purchased it on the Arbitrum networks, they do also have some instructions down below. So if you're claiming, or if you purchase directly from the GENSX native platform on Arbitrum, they do have a link to claim your tokens. And if you purchase on Redkite or Arbipad, they have corresponding links to claim your tokens there as well. As I mentioned before, the vesting, you'll have 20% released immediately on July 3rd, with a linear vesting occurring for the remaining 80% of your tokens taking place over the course of the next 12 months. I think that is going to do it today. A little bit of a longer video breaking down the GENSX information, but I couldn't take the opportunity, or I couldn't skip the opportunity to bring this to your attention again. I think it's a lot of really important information, not only surrounding their additional utility, but also surrounding the updated ISPO NFT and the initial unlock, as well as how to claim your tokens here within the Cardano and Arbitrum networks. If you appreciate information just like this, please, again, tap that like button. It really does go a long way towards not only helping the channel, but getting this information out to other members within the growing Cardano community. If it's your first time stopping by the channel and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions surrounding the GENSX token launch sale or any other projects building on Cardano, then please make sure to leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.